Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive, into Devil's Postpile National Monument in California.
Oh, yeah.
It's uh it's like nature's giant Lego set but made of rock.
It really is.
And before we go any further, I want to remind you to check out the YouTube channel that makes this all possible.
Yeah,
Untold Chronicles. Subscribe and share this deep dive with anyone who loves exploring the natural world.
exactly.
All right, so let's get to it. We're heading to the eastern Sierra Nevada near Mammoth Lakes
Yeah, beautiful spot.
to uncover how this incredible place came to be.
I think what's really captivating about Devil's Postpile is that it just perfectly showcases the immense power of both fire and ice.
Oh, wow.
You've got this frozen volcanic fury, basically, then shaped by these massive glaciers.
Okay, so I'm already intrigued, but how did these rock formations even get this way?
So picture this, about 100,000 years ago, molten basaltic lava erupted and just filled this valley.
Oh, wow.
And the key here is that this lava cooled very, very slowly. And that slow cooling is what allowed these unique column shapes to form. And it's a process called columnar jointing.
Columnar jointing.
Oh.
Okay, so is this anything like when mud dries and cracks?
You're actually spot on.
Oh, wow.
It's very similar to how mud cracks, but on a massive scale.
Okay.
As the lava cooled and contracted, it fractured vertically, creating these columns. And here's where it gets even cooler. A majority of the columns have 6 sides.
Wow.
They're hexagons.
That's amazing.
It's like nature was showing off its geometry skills.
Nature's pretty good at math, it seems.
Yeah, exactly.
But you mentioned ice earlier, so what role did glaciers play in all of this?
So during the last ice age, glaciers moved through the area and they acted like a giant sheet of sandpaper, smoothing and polishing the tops of the columns. And essentially what they did was unveil this incredible structure that we see today.
So we've got fire and ice working together to create this natural marvel. What's the scene like around Devil's Postpile, though? Is it just a bunch of rocks, or is there more to it?
Oh, it is far from barren. Imagine walking through these towering forests of conifer trees. You've got Jeffrey pines, lodgepole pines,
Oh, wow.
all reaching for the sky, and then you step into meadows bursting with wildflowers, lupines, paintbrushes, shooting stars. It's this vibrant tapestry of life.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
What about the wildlife? Anything I should be aware of if I were to visit?
Well, you might encounter mule deer, maybe some playful marmots, and even black bears, so it's important to be bear aware and follow park guidelines. The bird life is pretty remarkable, too. You might catch a glimpse of a Steller's jay with its bold personality, or if you're really lucky, the rare peregrine falcon.
Peregrine falcons? Those are some of the fastest birds in the world.
They are.
I bet seeing one dive there would be incredible.
Yeah.
Is there anything else unique to this ecosystem?
There is. The headwaters of the San Joaquin River are actually located within the monument.
Oh, wow.
And this makes it vital for the survival of a very special creature, the endangered Sierra Nevada yellow-legged frog.
Oh.
It's a reminder of how delicate the balance is within this ecosystem.
That's a really good point. This area was clearly important to people long before it became a national monument, right?
Absolutely. The Paiute and Mana tribes have a profound connection to this land going back centuries, and they revered it for its resources and spiritual significance. It's crucial to acknowledge their history and the enduring connection Indigenous people have with this landscape.
Yeah, it makes sense why they would consider it sacred. I'm guessing the arrival of European settlers changed things, though.
Unfortunately, yes. The gold rush brought a surge of European settlers to the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah.
While Devil's Postpile itself wasn't a gold mine, it faced threats from those seeking to exploit the land.
What kind of threats? What exactly happened?
Well, in the early 1900s, there were plans to build a dam on the San Joaquin River.
Oh, no.
Can you imagine? This would have flooded the entire Devil's Postpile.
That would have been a disaster.
It would have. Thankfully, conservation efforts spearheaded by figures like John Muir ultimately led to its protection as a national monument in 1911.
Wow. It's amazing how a few dedicated individuals can make such a difference. So if I wanted to experience this incredible monument today, could I just drive right up?
Well, you'll need to hop on a shuttle during the busy season to help protect the area from overcrowding, but the drive itself is quite spectacular.
Okay.
Winding down into the Reds Meadow Valley builds the anticipation beautifully.
I can already picture myself on that shuttle looking out at those amazing views.
It's breathtaking.
So what's it like once you're actually inside the monument?
Well, there are hiking trails for just about everyone, whether you prefer a leisurely stroll or a more challenging trek.
You can take an easy walk to the base of the post pile, get like a close-up view of those towering columns. Or if you're feeling adventurous. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
You could hike to Rainbow Falls.
Oh, wow.
It's a spectacular 101-foot waterfall. The sound of the water crashing down the mist rising up, it's truly unforgettable.
It's incredible to think that those hexagonal columns that we talked about earlier aren't just like a visual spectacle.
Right.
They actually hold valuable scientific insights, right?
Absolutely. Devil's Postpile is like a living laboratory for geologists.
Oh, wow.
Studying those columns helps us understand how materials behave under immense pressure.
Okay.
You know, the knowledge gained from studying those ancient lava flows can actually be applied to modern engineering and design.
So what we learn from these formations could help us build better, stronger structures today.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
What else are scientists learning from this place?
Well, remember those glacial markings we talked about?
Yeah?
By studying them, researchers can learn more about past ice ages, how glaciers move and how they shape landscapes. And this kind of research is particularly important now as we try to understand the effects of climate change on our planet.
That makes a lot of sense. The past can really offer clues to the future.
Yeah.
What about the ecological research happening in the monument? What's so special about the biodiversity there?
Devil's Postpile is a biodiversity hotspot.
Wow.
Scientists are studying everything from the smallest organisms to the complex relationships between different species. Remember the endangered Sierra Nevada yellow-legged frog we discussed earlier?
Yeah.
Their survival is directly tied to the health of the San Joaquin River headwaters.
Oh, wow.
Researchers are working tirelessly to understand how climate change is impacting these fragile ecosystems and how we can best protect them.
It sounds like Devil's Postpile is facing some pretty serious challenges.
Weird.
What are the biggest threats to this amazing place?
Climate change is a major threat, no doubt. Rising temperatures, changes in precipitation patterns, and an increased risk of wildfires all have a significant impact on the monument and the surrounding Sierra Nevada region.
That's concerning. Are there any other challenges beyond climate change?
Managing visitor impact is a big one. Tourism is vital for funding and raising awareness, but it can also lead to issues like trail erosion, littering, and habitat disturbance. Finding that balance between allowing people to experience this natural wonder and ensuring its protection for future generations is a constant challenge.
It's definitely a tightrope walk.
Hmm.
How is the monument addressing these challenges?
Yeah.
What steps are being taken to preserve this special place?
They've implemented a number of measures, including the shuttle system to limit car traffic, designated trails to minimize impact, and educational programs to promote responsible visitation.
Right.
They are also working closely with scientists and local communities on conservation efforts. It's a collaborative effort that requires everyone to do their part.
It's inspiring to hear about the dedication and hard work going into protecting Devil's Postpile. Now, before we move on, let's take a moment to recap some of the key takeaways for our listener today.
Of course, Devil's Postpile is a testament to the power of nature, both destructive and creative.
Yeah.
From fiery volcanic eruptions to the sculpting forces of glaciers, its formation is a truly fascinating story.
And beyond the geology, it's a place teeming with life, from towering pines to delicate wildflowers, and home to a diverse array of animals.
It also holds deep cultural significance for the indigenous peoples of the area, the Paiute and Mono tribes, who have a long and sacred history with this land.
We've talked about the science, the history, the beauty and the challenges facing Devil's Postpile. But before we wrap up our deep dive, I'd love to leave our listener with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
What a great idea. We've covered a lot of ground today. But ultimately, what do you think is the most compelling reason to protect places like Devil's Postpile? What responsibility do we have to preserve these natural wonders for future generations?
That's a powerful question, and one that I think is important for all of us to consider. And speaking of important considerations, let's not forget to give another shout out to the YouTube channel that makes these deep dives possible.
Absolutely. If you're enjoying this exploration of Devil's Postpile, be sure to subscribe to Untold Chronicles and share this deep dive with anyone who might be fascinated by the wonders of the natural world.
Your support helps them continue to create and share these amazing stories. And who knows, maybe our deep dive will inspire you to add Devil's Postpile to your own travel bucket list. It's amazing how much we've learned about Devil's Postpile today.
Yeah.
From its fiery volcanic origins to the way glaciers sculpted it,
Right.
from the diverse ecosystems to its indigenous history,
Yeah.
it really is a place that has it all.
It really is.
It makes you realize that protecting a place like this isn't just about, preserving the pretty scenery.
Yeah.
It's about understanding all those connections and, making sure future generations can learn from them and appreciate them as well.
Absolutely.
Devil's Postpile is like a reminder that the choices we make today have these lasting consequences.
Yeah.
Whether it's addressing climate change, managing visitor impact, or just, fostering a deeper appreciation for the natural world,
Mm,
our actions really matter.
they do.
Well, I think we've given our listeners plenty to think about today and hopefully sparked a desire to experience this incredible place firsthand. So if this deep dive has inspired you to learn more, be sure to explore the other videos on Untold Chronicles.
Ah.
They cover a wide range of fascinating topics, all related to national parks, natural phenomena, the wonders of our planet.
It's really amazing.
So until our next deep dive adventure, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those questions coming.
And don't forget to subscribe to Untold Chronicles and share this deep dive with your friends.
Yeah, spread the love.